Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I'm here today with Murph, and we're going to discuss the Tampa Bay Rays series and the single game versus the Mets. We got Garrett Cole versus Tyler Glasnow. I mean, this is a matchup that you want to see when they're both on. Well, clearly Garrett Cole was off 5 innings. The home run ball bit him again. 4 earned, 7 Ks. Glasnow, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 9 Ks. Positives first before I let you get into your little Cole rant. Voit homers, number 13. One of the hottest, if not the best, one of the best first basemen in all of baseball right now. Urshela homers for his 6th on the year. DJ, what do you expect? 2 hits out of him. Miguel Yajure, number 89. Now all baseball numbers I've been worn in the MLB. Congrats. Make some history. And he did well out of the pen.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. So that's the first major league strikeout for Yajure. Swing and a miss. So there is 3 shutout innings for Yajure. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
For now, there's no, at least during this series, there's no spot for him on the roster with all the players coming up and down. But great debut. Hopefully we see some more out of you. So now, Murph, I'd like to turn it over to you to hear your take on the whole Garrett Cole situation, to say the least.
To say the least. All right, so basically start off, this is an unacceptable outing from him. Like, this is bad. Like, 7 Ks does nothing for me if you're going to give up 4 runs, 4 walks, 8 hits. Like, that's just unacceptable. 2 home runs, like you said, like, leading and worst home runs. So that's terrible. But all things considered, it's not the end of the world. I think Yankee fans everywhere are going to be like, this guy's falling. Why can't we have nice pitching? Shut up. That's not the case. Shut up. Cole is fine. If you're worried about Cole, you're worried about the wrong things right now. Right now, you should be worried about our offense. Cole is fine. And this is the first time Cole has struggled, right? If you go back to his first stint in Houston, his first 11 outings, what was he? He was 4 for 5 with a 4 ERA. 19-0 with a 1.6. And I think people need to relax and tone it back. And then I think if you look at CC, 09, another big-time free agent, had similar numbers to Cole. So Yankee fans, we need to relax. We need to calm down. And I think, and you also go back and you hear Cole talk about the outing, talk about the whole situation. And I think one of the biggest things he took away is that he believes he was tipping his pitches as well, which I think is something that Yankee fans are tired of hearing, because it kind of sounds like an excuse at this point. But I truly believe it. And if you go back to the Atlanta series, his outing there, where he also got banged up pretty bad, giving up, 3 home runs?
3 homers, yeah.
Giving up 3 homers. You could cut – there was like a quick cut to the dugout, which you see Swanson or Markakis like talking and looking out at Cole while he's pitching. And basically it seemed like one of those conversations you would have if like a guy was tipping. Like, you're pointing out what he's doing to decipher what pitch he's going to throw. So I believe it's definitely a mixture of things. It's a tipping of pitches situation, and it's a lack of command right now. His command is all over the place. He's clearly not locating with the fastball like he should be, and his off speed isn't as sharp to me right now. But this is definitely nothing to panic about. This is nothing you should be scared. I would definitely expect him to have a bounce back going against Baltimore. Hopefully he does. If he doesn't, then maybe you start to get a little worried. But right now, blown out of proportion, in my opinion.
Before we go on to the next game, I'd also like to say that this is his dream since he's been a kid, to be in a Yankee uniform. So, and again, with with the pinstripes become great responsibility when you start wearing them. And he showed it. So far, so good. But, everyone's entitled to have a bad outing. Again, with the money he's getting paid, there should be no bad outings. But it's also like, He may be overcompensating on his off speed, a little overthrowing. He's trying to put up those numbers that he's always wanted to put up in a Yankee uniform, to say the least. The Yankees did draft him originally, but he chose to go to college. So I'm just saying, like, this is his dream. And I know he will perform in a Yankee uniform. And it's like this is like his 5th, 6th start in a Yankee uniform. Give him a break. He's fine. Do not despair. If you're – like Murph said, if you are one of those fans that is like quivering in your seat over Garrett Cole, you're worried about the wrong damn thing. Okay. So yeah, do not despair. Words from the Mic'd Up Savage podcast.
Mic'd Up Savages.
Yes, that was to put it. That wasn't very savage of us. I'm sorry. But just relax. Damn it.
Yeah.
That was
Calm down.
Calm down. All right, game 2. Great game, in my opinion. Tanaka throws on the bump. Tanaka time, 6 innings, 2 earned, 7 Ks, 3 hits, 88 pitches, I want to say. Longest outing, highest pitch count of the year versus Trevor Richards. Overall, the bullpen did well, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah. Clint played that one defensive play of his, that diving catch in the gap was beautiful.
That one's hammered into right center field. Long run for Frazier, and he makes the play.
Absolutely beautiful. And then you got Urshela's Little League home run, which you love to see it. You love to see the Rays with nice little sad faces.
He's coming home. The throw home is not in time.
And we're gonna go back to the whole. We're gonna get to the whole issue. What do you think? Do you think Tanaka intentionally hit Joey Wendle? Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, those are the 2 hardest pitches he's thrown out all year. 95, and he hit Wendle right there. He threw him at the first time, missed, yanked it. You could tell he's trying to throw so harder, and the second time nails him. That was pretty much intentional. That was sending a message early, telling them like, "Hey, we're done with the BS. Stop throwing it high and in. Right? We're over it. You've been doing it all series. You've been doing it all year." And this isn't the first time, right? This team has history of throwing high and in. And I think this is definitely like, hey, let's stop it right now. Let's put an end to it, right? And he sends a message early.
Yeah. I saw like some crazy stat that both clubs in the past 3 years have thrown, or like since 2019, the beginning of 2019, have thrown like around 400 high and inside pitches each to each other. Which I'm just saying, like, you got to deal with those pitches up and in. It's a part of the game. If it hits you, it hits you. Stop being like a baby about it. This all started with that Romine getting thrown behind his head, which they blamed it on CC when he hit Jake Bowers on the wrist, which was clearly not.
That was nothing.
It was up and in pitch. The guy, his natural batting stance has his hands out. Didn't get his hands in time, and it hit him. And they throw over Romine's head, and the rivalry starts there. If you would like to call it a rivalry, I don't want to call it a rivalry because they don't get the respect from me yet, because they haven't proven themselves at all. I don't care if this year they've won the season series against us, but I really don't care. They can talk all they want. Blake Snell can run his stupid ass mouth, but I'm sorry. It's not a rivalry. You guys need it to be a rivalry to sell tickets down in St. Pete. That's about it. Because you ain't selling out that stadium for God knows how long, to say the least. But Chapman. Do you think Chapman intentionally threw that fastball at Brosseau's head?
No, I don't think he threw it at his head on purpose. I don't think he aimed one-on-one at a dude's head on purpose. I think that pitch was meant to be high and in. That definitely was a pitch high and in. He did it to the previous 2 batters. I bet money he did it again because it's been happening all series, and Chapman lacks command. So him throwing high and in, missing is very dangerous, obviously, and that's what happens. He yanked it. You can kind of see it out of the hand. He yanked it, and it almost hits dude in the head. And I can understand as a manager why you get heated, why you'd be like, hey, he just threw at my dude's head. And based off the previous stuff, Tanaka hitting a dude on purpose, hitting Joey Wendle on purpose. I can see why you'd be fired up. Boone would do the same thing if one of our guys got almost hit in the head with a one-on-one pitch, right? So completely understand that, right? But here's the thing after the game, right? Kevin Cash's stuff after the game is unacceptable stuff. Him calling us ridiculous, him calling Boone like a poor manager, poor teaching, all that stuff is just hypocritical. It's hypocritical, right? And you even hear him in the interview, John Boy does a great breakdown of this. He literally says, since 3 years, we have not thrown a pitch within 10. 3 years being when they threw at Romine's head. So basically he's implied that he threw at Romine's head on purpose. That's what he's implied.
And yet both of them get equal suspensions when Boone has said nothing. Boone literally did not want to answer any questions on this matter. He beat around the bush the whole time. And you're literally threatening with your own pen that you got guys throwing 98, and he gets a 1-game suspension. And the funny thing is, all that whole stable full of 98-mile-an-hour guys are injured. Most of them. Okay? And
we also have a whole stable of 98-mile-per-hour guys, by the way.
Yes.
So if you want to play that game, we can play that game.
We can go pitcher for pitcher if you would like to. It's just a matter of, are you willing to go that far to set, quote unquote, settle the rivalry that you started? But Kevin Cash is a child, an absolute child. Like you threaten this over the mic, like, and then you and Boone already have a good relationship. If you don't like something, the way that's being handled, you go over and you talk about it with him after the game. You don't go on the news and you talk about it. I mean, I get you need to answer questions, but you don't say that. Okay. Because Chapman would not purposely hit someone. It was only 5-3. If you hit Brosseau, you bring up the tying runs to plate. And at this, it's not like we're 40 games above 500. We need wins here. Yeah. Okay. Both of us need wins.
Chapman's still trying to come back. He's still trying to work on stuff.
Like, it's a battle to get that for every team. Like, in the AL East, you want to be that top seed. So why would we risk a game that could bring us another step closer to that top seed by hitting you and then possibly tying the game? Because Chapman hasn't been that well as of late. So just putting that out there. Kevin Cash, you're a damn child.
Yeah, it's just a really soft move. That's all. That's what it boils down to. It's just really soft on the Rays' whole entire side too. Them clearing the benches over nothing, right? Just getting soft over chirping. It's like, you guys have been chirping at us all year. We've been chirping back. Of course, like, this is baseball. If you don't want to get chirped at, don't chirp back. That's all I gotta say. You know.
And if you don't want to start it, if you can't handle it, don't start it. Don't start it.
So soft. So soft.
But the thing is, these Rays desperately need a rivalry, because I'm sorry, but, like, again, as a baseball fan, not as a Yankee fan, you guys really don't have a rivalry. Like, most teams have rivalries. You don't have, like, a ticket seller that you need. You've been to the playoffs like once or twice in the past 10 years. I get it. You need something, but you don't need to try this hard, and your players need to stop chirping. If they're going to chirp, don't chirp on social media, because that's kind of how do I say this without being an ass? A cry. That's kind of being like a little hiding behind your computer screen. Damn it! Get the words out, Andrew. But, like, yeah. It just really irks me, because, like, you got Snell going out on social media talking about it. You got them going over the mic and talking about this. Handle it on the field. Back it up. The Rays ended up backing it up the next game, Game 3, Monty versus Morton. It is a major league starter, especially in that situation. You can't be doing that, man. Like, we need you to go at least 3 innings in a game where it's after all this nonsense of
I'm honestly like, they should have just left him in. They should have just let him wear it, right? At that point, you're giving up 4 runs in the first. This is a struggling Yankee offense, right? This is an offense that literally put their heart on the table yesterday, and even then it wasn't great. So for them to pull out Monty after 2 outs, he's already pretty much given them the game. Let's be real. He's giving them the game after 4 runs early. I'm sorry to those people who are like, "Oh, true fan over here." I don't care, dude. Monty handed them the game.
When you go down that early, you give most teams that because the win probability literally goes up to 100% once you give up like at least 3 runs in the first inning, because the team will shut off, especially in a short season.
Yeah, and they didn't even have their best hitters in the lineup, right? G-Man Choi wasn't in the lineup. Brandon Lau wasn't in the lineup. Yeah. So their hottest hitters, Kevin Kiermaier, who homered twice against the Yankees 2 previous games. All 3 guys not in the lineup. So, yeah, Monty basically hands them the win early. Mm-hmm. And at that point, he's just got to wait to start. I think he should have just try to push through 3 innings. Yeah. And I think you don't decimate the pen over a game which realistically we're not winning.
Which ended up hurting us for the next game, in my opinion.
Absolutely. You can see later on.
Besides Monty, and the offense. I mean, one of the Nelson, 2 innings, no runs. Sessa, 2 1/3, no runs. Otto, 0 runs an inning. Green, 0 runs over an inning. Like, the bullpen did great. You take away that first inning, and it's almost a 2-1 game, 2-0 game, which is just like,
and especially since our pen's been struggling. Like, if you look at our previous, 14 games, our pen has been pretty abysmal. I think they've given up double the amount of home runs in half the innings. Yeah. So for our bullpen to give us this type of performance right now is, you got to win this, right?
It's a big. I mean, no matter, even if they lost, again, you can't whatever. But for the bullpen, a lot of confidence for them. Gotta be. So that's a positive. And just the fact that you go down that early on a struggling offense, it's going to shut your team down. I get it's like the Yankee never give up mentality, but when you don't have your top goons in the lineup as the Yankees, it's tough to fight back.
Yeah, I mean, it's right now. This is a bad Yankee offense right now, and it shouldn't be, right? This is a team that last year, same guys, were pretty dominant. They were pretty good. They won 103 games with basically this roster, if I'm being honest. And right now, guys struggling. Tauchman's having a really bad slump. And right now, even when he was hot, he really wasn't hitting the ball that great. Hicks is just abysmal right now. Sanchez is abysmal. Gardy's struggling out of his mind. Wade isn't doing anything. Ford's not doing anything. So if you start to stack up the guys who are just struggling and not doing anything, and it's like, we need to wake up. Something needs to change. Yeah.
Just that very, very frustrating as a Yankee fan to see this. They dropped that game 5-2. Clint Frazier homers, stays hot for the Yankees. Very proud to see that. It's always a pleasure for me to see that finally the Red Thunder's doing his thing. Drop that game 5-2 again. I said it. We go on to play the Mets the next game. Happ on the mound. Happ's gonna hap, man. 5 innings, 4 earned. But the Yankees go up in the second inning, 4-0, and then we give up 4 runs. And then they come back, score 4 in the fourth, but 3 in the fourth. 7th inning, we score 2. It's now 6-4. 8th inning, we're up by another three damn runs, bro. And what can I say, man? You can't be blowing games when you have that big of a damn lead.
Especially since this is the best offensive performance I think we've had, in weeks.
Yes.
This is the best offensive performance we've had in weeks.
And it's not it wasn't just home runs. It was hit after hit after hit after hit. And it's just they're hitting. Let's go. Let's roll with this. And then okay, fine. You give away the 5 innings, 4 runs to Happ. I'm sorry. That's expected of Happ to do something just stupid as him to do that. Sorry. But then Britton, I get you hurt. I get you just come back and hurt. 2 earned. Chapman. You're 0-2 to J.D. Davis, and you're throwing a green light fastball. He's not sitting fastball. He's sitting slider. But guess what? He adjusted and smashed that ball to center field.
Bro, there's literally not – there's in no world where 0-2 that ball should be in the zone. In no world should Chapman be missing a pitch in the zone down the middle of the plate. I don't know what we're doing. That ball needs to bounce. It needs to be yay high over the plate, or it needs to be this far off the plate. In either direction. I don't care if you throw it behind JD. There's no way 0-2 that pitch should be in the zone. No way. Absolutely not. That's terrible. That's awful. That's Bush League stuff. And especially when Billy Hamilton hands you the inning. He hands you the save. He gets thrown out at third for the first out. Why is he running to third? I have no idea. It's terrible. Why? Especially when Chapman, Chapman's throwing a fastball that count was an 0-1 count. Of course Chapman's throwing a fastball that count. And he gets thrown out at third. Easiest first out. Now you have no one on. 0-2. How is that pitch in the zone? How?
And it's not like it's on the corner and he fights it off to center field, or he hits it opposite field. No, you left that middle down so the guy could elevate and, as I say, elevate and damn well chirp and celebrate, which he did. And I'm like,
he deserved it. I mean, that was a money pitch.
Any team that does that to us, good for you. That's what you're supposed to do to us. One that does that. But then, I'm sorry, but Abreu, it's not his fault. Monty didn't eat the innings in the last start, so we had to use literally the whole bullpen. So you got to throw Albert Abreu out there again. Not his fault, but they were.
I'll tell you what though, those two pitches located pretty well, except for and the second one was located well. Not the right guy to locate that pitch to. No way in hell should that pitch be inside thigh high on a Pete Alonso. No
Even though he's having a bad year, sorry, I had to throw that in there. But it's just no matter. You don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't throw a pitch thigh high against Pete Alonso inside. That is literally like where he wants it every time. In batting practice, he goes, "Throw me it right here, and I'm gonna hit it, Yeah, that's what he did. But that first pitch was money. That first pitch was pretty good. 98, right on outside quarter, lower outside quarter, perfect. Don't know why you moved away from that.
Yeah, he really hasn't had his time to shine, Abreu. He hasn't gotten his fair chances out of the pen with the lead or something. But it's fine.
Honestly, it was pretty disrespectful of Boone to do that to him. I think Abreu should have. If you're gonna use Abreu, I guess you don't know in the heat of the moment, right? Hindsight 2020, but you have limited arms. Yeah. So why not throw him out earlier, or just say, hey, I'm sorry, someone else is gonna have to come in and use this inning because there's no way Abreu should be in this situation. Yeah,
runner on second, you are killing his confidence so early on in his career. I think he'll be fine. Again, whatever.
I don't blame him for the loss. Let's just get it. I blame Chapman. I blame Bryn. I blame the whole team. The whole team except for the offense. I think the offense
this one besides the game. Oh, okay, I'm not even gonna say it. This was the best offensive performance this month. Yeah, and you literally screwed us. Sorry. It's just disappointing. Terrible. Disappointing. Terrible. That'll be the title of this video. Just disappointing. I hate Kevin Cash. I hate the Rays. You guys may think this is a damn rivalry, but it isn't. You guys, I don't think it's a rivalry. You guys just keep chatting up your out of your ass the whole game, and you guys have your little I made it to the World Series in 2008 banner, the banners from that year, and then you have a banner right there that says we beat the Yankees in a season series in 2020 banner. And that's all you have. And then we sold out 2 games this year banner. You know what? Shut up. Talk to us when you're actually on a consistent basis doing well. Not 1 year or not 2.
And when you're playing our team at full strength, right? You didn't play our team at full strength at home once this year.
Yeah. You've played us every game that you've played us in the Bronx has been with a lower level team than we ever put out on the field against you guys. So it's just you guys compare Judge, Torres, Severino, and Stanton to Nick Anderson, Jose Alvarado, and 2 other I'm sorry, I have to use this term for Blake Snell. 2 other slap dicks out of your pen to our all-stars. Just saying that. I love Nick. I love your guys in your pen, but you cannot be comparing that to our guys. Because we have walked off on you guys off of your bullpen guys. But, to each his own. Yankees drop, 3 out of 4 in this episode. I think that's all I really have to say. I have nothing else to say besides disappointed and pissed off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Yankee fans, don't despair. Garrett Cole's fine. Have a good one. We're not going to let Luke Voigt say he's a savage, but later.